Force and its effects. This is chapter 11, Force and Pressure, first topic. Force. Force is the push or pull on an object. For example, if an object has to be moved, it has to be pushed or pulled. Children, now you are seeing the pics. In the first pic, the man is pushing car. Second pic, a man is pulling a cart. In the third pic, hockey players, they are playing with hockey. And in the fourth figure, horse is pulling tanga or cart. In fifth figure, football players, they are kicking football. And in the last figure, tug of war, the team is pulling rope towards themselves. So here push or pull is applied in the different cases. Push or pull, when it is applied on any object, then we say force is applied. Forces are due to interactions. An interaction of one object on another objects results in a force between the two objects. For example, if a man stands behind a car, the car does not move. If he pushes the car, he applies force and the car begins to move in the direction of the applied force. So we can say the interaction of the man and the car to this result. This is acted on. Interaction of one object or another object, so this results in a force between the two objects. Now the force is applied on the car by the man. Exploring force. If two forces act on a body in the same direction, then the net force is the sum of the two forces. If two forces they are act on a object on a body in the same direction, then the resultant force is the sum of the two forces. For example, here F1 plus F2, they are applied on the same box, then the net force is the sum of the two forces. Now B part, if the two forces act on a body in opposite direction, the net force is the difference between the two forces. Children, you can see here in the pic, force F1, this is applied towards right. Force F2, this is applied towards left. And the net force is the difference of the two forces. The effect on the object depends on the net force acting on it. Effect of force on an object. Force can make an object to move from rest. If an object is at rest and force is applied on it, then it starts moving. Force can stop a moving object. A moving object can be stopped by applying force. Force can change the speed of an object if it is moving. If object is already moving, then the force can change the speed of the object. Force can change the direction of motion of an object. Because of force, the direction of motion can be changed. Force can change the shape of an object. Force may cause one or more of these effects. Now children, watch the pic. The car, this is stationary. The man is applying force on the car, and as a result the car will move. And children, you can see in the pic, someone is making chapati out of the duff, and the shape of the duff is changes. Now children, we will explain these points one by one. First, force can make an object move from its position of rest. We can make an object move by applying force on it. For example, when you push your friend, he or she tends to fall down. To pluck an apple from the tree, you pull the apple towards yourself. Similarly, a ball at rest on ground starts moving when hit by a hockey stick. Now second point, force can stop or slow down the moving object. A ball is stopped by a football player by applying force in the direction opposite to that of the ball. Okay. Now when you apply force on the brakes of a moving car, its speed slow down or the car stops completely. Now come to third point. Force can change the speed of an object if it is moving. When you push the child swinging on a swing with the force, it swings faster. When we apply more force on the pedals of a moving bicycle, it moves faster. When a football player hits a moving football, the ball starts moving faster. So by this we are changing the speed of moving object. Now the next point, force can change the direction of motion of an object. Force always has some direction. Force is vector quantity. Vector means these are those physical quantities which can be measured by both mass as well as direction. Now example, when a football player hits the ball coming towards him, the ball goes to the goal post. The player applies the force on the football to change its direction. A force can also change the direction of a moving car. In the game of carom, children, we play carom. When we take a rebound, then the direction of the streaker changes. Okay. Now the next point, force can change the shape and size of object. The force applied by a lady using a rolling pin changes the shape of the kneaded flour. Duff is kneaded flour into a round chapati. When you squeeze toothpaste tube to take out toothpaste, its shape changes. Similarly, when you squeeze a tomato, it gets squashed. So by the applying force, the shape of the object changes.